finding the right general contractor that has the experience, the background, innovation, creativity, and a success. Here they are, everybody. We're going to share more. Stay tuned. Welcome, everyone. Your Little Castle Show. We got experts all over from our region here. Bobby Shanks. You give me a little bit of background. We got that German heritage in St. Louis. And it's kind of unique here. In St. Louis, a lot of German culture background here. But thank you for spending another half an hour here with us in our studio.
Yeah, of course.
We want to share a little bit more. You've got so much great work and just such a background here. If you're ever thinking about starting any kind of company, listen to what Bobby has created here. He gives you some great insight, shares his knowledge with everybody, and just as a history proven to help people and really do great work in our community. With that, I want to ask you, though, what's the biggest mistake the average homeowner makes when they're hiring a general contractor?
Wow. There are two, really, and they kind of go hand in hand. Number one, never pay a contractor more than half down,
right?
Unless there's some sort of special, circumstance. I have a client that we just did a major commercial renovation project for, and she had a previous contractor, took a lot of money, thousands, and basically disappeared.
Oh, wow.
So beyond just vetting the contractor, perhaps getting multiple bids, just don't give them more than half down. A reputable, quality, experienced contractor knows that's a pretty normal expectation. The other thing is, if you're not asking your general contractor, and I don't care if it's just a little bathroom or a whole big house, they need to have general liability insurance, and they need to have state required workman's compensation.
Workers' compensation. I hadn't thought about that. Now, how often is that the case? But yeah, somebody gets hurt, they've got to make sure these people can pay their bills, and you've got to have that compensation in order to do that. But if they don't have that, then they're putting themselves at risk, and it could mess up the job.
Well, not only mess up the job, but if something significant enough happens to one of those that contractor's worker or whatever, especially on someone else's property, which means their insurance, there's a really good chance that contractor won't be in business in about 90 days.
Okay, make sure you've got the right pieces in place for that.
Ask questions, lots of them.
Those are the important ones. Sharing some inside information here with you. But obviously you've been doing this for a long time, and you've specialized in a lot of anything general contracting. We've seen a lot of great work you do. Residential, commercial, you do both. What do you like about each?
So with commercial, we find that we get asked a lot to do interior design. For example, we just finished doing a med spa, and it turned out exquisite. We get asked to do white box. So sometimes we have commercial landlords. This business decided to move somewhere else or shut down, and they need somebody to come in and get the real estate ready for the next tenant. So it's a lot of removing shelves, changing carpeting, etc. And basically, they call it a white box because you make it look like a blank canvas.
Okay. And all of those, obviously, commercial jobs. What do you like most about your residential stuff? I mean, that's obviously...
I just grew up doing residential construction along with lots of other type of construction, and it's always just kind of been my heart. I love kitchens, I love baths, I love new construction, and we do a good job. We take our time, we have the right subcontractors to make sure the job goes smooth, and it's just something I've always been really passionate about, especially the design part.
Yeah. Well, designing these things can be a lot of work, but you let people see a preview with the 3D rendering. We talked about that a little bit in the first show. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit why you've added that to your mix for helping people make decisions.
So we understand our clients very well, our audience, and especially in this day and age, like with AI, we want to make sure that we're not just telling people what we're going to do, the colors that we want to use, et cetera, we want to design it and then create a 3D rendering that any one of our customers could actually just walk around, whether it's a kitchen, a bathroom, an entire new construction. And you know, you'll see it on our website, on our blog, how we do renderings. We can even put people's furniture in our 3D renderings, as long as we can receive it from the manufacturer to put into our software.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, it pretty much closes every deal. Because when someone can sit right in a conference room
right.
and go, wow, I didn't realize it was going to look that good. Or, I didn't think it was going to look like that. Can we MACD? So we have a phrase that we like to use with our clients. It's called MACD. Move, add, change, delete. And we love going through the MACD process with our clients. And every 3D rendering we do does have some sort of, you know, change and delete. So it's a good experience for our clients, and it helps them to trust what we're doing.
Well, that's where you're really going above and beyond, make people happy by seeing what they're really going to be living in, and or what they might want to live in. Say, oh, I got this is the way it's going to look, but can we make it look like that? And you can render that for them right there on the screen, and they can get a great feeling. That is very cool. Write that one down, everybody. 3D virtual tour of your construction before you actually make a decision. That's innovative. What do you like most about this St. Louis market?
The people. St. Louis, the Midwest, the camaraderie we have here, whether it's through our faith-based organizations, our sports teams, mainly the Cardinals and the Blues, of course.
Yeah.
And and now soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
You know, we got a big soccer stadium now. That's cool.
Yeah, and the Battlehawks.
We just love the people here, and you know, I've been in business here for 20 years now, and have a good customer base, and they know us and they trust us, and it's just been great for our business.
Yeah, well, if you engage in our community and you do fun things, I wear the cowboy hat.
We do.
Get to know everybody and share your story and be part of the community. People want to, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You've heard that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
And,
write that one down for sure.
Write that one down.
That's a great one.
But so often it's just we want to know what you stand for, what you believe in, and what you're going to do. And when you've got a history like Bobby brings to the table here, Atlas General Contracting, great stuff. The handyman side of this has gotten to be pretty exciting for you.
Yes.
Where do you think that's going to lead, and how do you think that's going to help our St. Louis community more?
Well, so what we have found is, you know, not everybody needs a kitchen, a bath, a home, a basement, or exteriors. Sometimes people just need quick projects. For example, we have a handyman job coming up here tomorrow where we're simply just going to replace some smoke detectors for a lady in South County. We love our real estate agent partners. We have over 10,000 realtors in St. Louis, greater metropolitan, and we're going to really cater to them. We're going to market to them. We're going to help them give coupons and discounts, promos to their own clients. Because when you sell a home and it goes through inspection, and let me tell you, inspections on homes these days are super high tech. High definition video, thermal scanning of heating and cooling systems. Realtors need to have a place, a trusted place they can go to get little jobs done and get them done quickly and for a fair price.
And that's where you've got that resource here. I'm going to put this up on the wall for everybody. This is really one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. But if you want to get some more of your handyman needs taken care of, there it is at the top of the page. Schedule that right here and then walk through a quick handyman.
So yeah, like 63010, for example.
And right here it'll say, here's what you offer, and then you've got everything.
Now you see it kept your previous work order up there, so it also remembers where you left off in case you need to come back.
Yeah, and there was previous to that a whole list of options available for me to pick of various. What do you get the most requests for from that service?
You know what? It's funny. It's simple things like garbage disposal, smoke detectors, hot water heater, leaky faucets. You would not believe how complicated it is these days to simply replace the internal, what's called mixing valve, the guts of your shower on and off. And, you know, we do that. It's hard to find a general contractor, which we are, to come and do $200, $300, $800 projects because they're only doing $10,000, $20,000 projects. This is a really untapped market with an enormous amount of demand, and we're here to help everybody out.
And you've systematized it very well. Check that out. You can see it right there behind me. Go to the website, goatlasgo.us. Great information there. Well, tell me a time when you really went out of your way to help a customer who was stuck in a tough situation. I can imagine there's got to be lots of people you've helped, but and one in particular, can you think of that you were they were in a tough situation and you came through for them?
Sure. Well, one example is we have a family that we're currently doing a very significant home modification for them now. They have some children that have some special needs, and the type of thing where with most contractors it would be tens of thousands of dollars. And we've come in and done it at a very fair rate and even have discounted even more since then. We also work with an organization in St. Louis that does specifically ADA remodels all around the city. They use grants and different things like that. So they may call us to put in a wheelchair ramp. They may call us to come in and do grab bars for someone in a shower. And we do all of that for free.
Wow.
100%.
That's going above and beyond.
Always will. Always will.
That's how you make an impact on our little community. Giving back, everybody. See, that give back, and your business will likely grow as you continue to help those in our community who need just a little help. Tell me, though, as a business owner, a hurdle you've overcome, as something, a challenge that made you stronger. You obviously made it through it, but I'm sure there's a number of times you're like, oh boy, this is stressful.
During COVID, right? We don't talk about that as much now.
Yeah, it's in the past.
But during COVID, when we had massive price increases, a $3.84 2x4 that became $7.96. Drywall tripled. Labor, oh my goodness, labor is so high. But I'm not necessarily disappointed about that, because I kind of felt like our tradesmen and women were probably underpaid anyway. So that has, there's been some market correction there over and beyond just,
that's a good thing.
Massive increases too. So a lot of contractors during COVID, well, like a lot of small businesses, to be honest, they just couldn't weather that storm. And, we managed to make it through on all of our businesses. But I kind of feel like we did that because we have the right people. We have good, ethical, smart people that work for us, and we trust them to do their jobs.
That's important, hiring the right people and getting the job done with people that you've obviously worked with for a period of time and made sure that you vetted them and you can work with them on a regular basis, because as a contractor, that's really your job, is making sure that as the general contractor, that you got the right people pulled in to do the work.
Yeah.
To make sure the job is done correctly. With that, we've got some more fun we'll share with you. This is one we recently filmed. Haven't shared this one much yet, but we will like helping these kids, boxing for kids, and the great work that our friends there, Carlo has done a great job here in the community. Take a quick listen here, everybody. Hey everybody, Cardinal Cowboy here, another leader in our community. Carlo. Paul, you've been working with boxing therapy now for a long time. Tell me what you do up there at boxing therapy, located right here in St. Charles.
It's in Frenchtown. We work with kids with autism, mentally disabled kids, kids trying to come off the street, court ordered. Just put them through a little workout, build them confidence, encourage them. We give sessions where, mentors, we can mentor them and just work with kids that need help.
Well, I worked with Dr. Jose. I got to meet him through you.
Dr. Jones.
And Dr. Jose Jones. Yeah. And he said, he had a great little conversation with me. They really get to help these kids and every kid can get to some point pretty quickly where they were in trouble or they've had some issue. I mean, God knows my mom and dad kept me out of trouble a little bit. But easy for kids to get, but he helps those kids to get back in and learn the skills and stay out of trouble.
Oh, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of kids, things are hard, they have hardship lives and stuff, and some of the inner city kids and don't have a lot of figures, father figures or male figures at all. And they come down there and we just help them any way we can, give them the best advice we can and do what we can.
Well, it gives them something really cool to look up to. Paul is a continental middleweight champion, by the way. Number one boxer in the continent and helping kids learn some skills for life. Stay tuned for more, everybody. The
Thank
Old
you.
Castle Show. Giddy up.
Thanks.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you have it, everybody. Media has really changed the way the world has evolved, but get yourself a copy of our book here, Magnetize Your Media. Yours truly, this is the #1 seller on Amazon. Yours truly wrote the foreword here, and they even took my picture and put it in this thing here. But if you want to learn a little bit about how media has changed the way we do things now there, pick this up. This will help you to understand how this works. And here's a gentleman sitting with me that really understands that. How has media changed? You've built those studios and do a lot of social media clips, and you've got to get the word out. How's the world changed media-wise in the last 10, 15 years?
A lot. So in 2018, I decided to get on the social media bandwagon.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I haven't looked back ever since.
Yeah.
Not only for this company, but for one of my other companies. We have a blog, we have a weekly podcast, we still do lives. We still go live once a week, do that sort of thing. And we just kind of had to learn how to become multimedia managers, and it's going great.
Yeah, get the word out these days, and you see what Bobby's put together. He's gone techie enough to develop an platform ordering setup for handyman services. So check that out. We went over that earlier in the show and then last show a little bit too. But you understand how technology impacts a business, and if you can bring people what they need through this new interwebs and get on your phones and order and take care of people, then there's a lot that people will generate business that will help people what they need. Tell me the process though. You've got. Let's go over the general contracting first.
Okay.
We kind of went over the handyman service. We'll kind of revisit that. But if somebody wants to hire you for general contracting services, go to your website. I'll put that on the website. On the
You bet.
wall.
Yeah, they can contact us on our website. We have our info right there at the top. It stays visible the whole time. If you look over there on the left, you see that click here. That's where we have a rotating media. Well, that takes you right to our form.
Yeah, I went past it there. Sorry.
And
yeah,
right there where you see click here. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is some of our before and afters you can see right on our website. I think this is a really cool
Yeah, let's show this off a little bit. We talked about this, but here's before. All right.
Yep.
And then I'm sorry. Here's
before and after. Yeah.
Here's before, and then here's after. And you tell.
And if you click next there, we have quite a few of those.
Yeah, so this is really, here we go, here's a before.
Yeah.
And
this lady had an above ground pool and she just wanted a nice little deck for her grandkids. So we went and put one in for her.
Nice. And then a little more here. You got a bunch of examples here. This is really cool. All right, and so then we've got before, and you do this little slider right here.
Yeah.
And okay, and then after, now looking fantabulous. That's really neat. We'll go over one more here because I got lots more I want to talk to. Oh, there it is. Look at that. There's a basement, I guess. Yeah.
This was a flooded basement.
Oh, okay. And before, and look at that difference in after. That's got to make you feel pretty cool putting together. And who helped you put that element on your website? That's pretty neat.
Creative Vantage is our website developer,
Okay.
and they help us put that together.
Yeah, that looks great. So a little get to see the work that you can actually put together there. With that, let's go back. I want to show everybody the other. If somebody wants to get started with handyman services, here they are back up on the website. I'll put this up here for everyone to see. But click that schedule and then walk through the process here and make your selection. You can do this. It's going to remember what I chose here before, but just put in your zip code and then you've got everything you need to get started with that. And very vital. Our community needs a lot more handyman services because we don't have these. Not every job is a $30,000 job, right?
True that.
So many people, they just need some basics done to put things in place. So that's the process you go through. What's the biggest objection you get from people? What's the biggest question people have? I can imagine price is always a concern, but what do you often hear from people when they say, I want to do this, but...
So the number one thing that I hear and that our sales team hears is if we are being interviewed to be contractor number 2.
Aha.
So you see, they've already kind of been disappointed in someone else.
Right.
Usually it comes with a very extensive financial loss. In other words, they paid somebody, they didn't show up, or they didn't finish the job, or they didn't do it right, or whatever. So we're interviewing to kind of be the hero.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I think we do a good job.
Yeah, I say if you look at the reviews and what customers have said and all the experience you bring to the table, it's obvious somebody's making a good decision, I think, by giving you the option to give them a proposal and a 3D rendering you're offering to people so they can really see what they're going to look like before they make that final decision to get the product done. What do you enjoy most about what you do? What gives you the most satisfaction as a business owner? Somebody's been very innovative, very creative, and giving all kinds of solutions here. What do you enjoy most about what you do?
You know, it's kind of like doing the Lord's work. You know, Jesus was a carpenter, and I know that may seem silly in this high-tech modern world we live in. And, you know, before I start a company, one of the questions I ask myself is if we can't lead with technology to differentiate ourselves, then it's not a company I'm going to be a part of. But I'm still old school. I still like to meet people face to face in their homes. I still love I don't get to do it very often now, but I still love putting on my carpenter's belt and just building walls and doing drywall and all of the things. I still enjoy doing it.
Well, yeah, if your passion is for that and your heart is in it, and you can tell you've dedicated so much time and energy. It's almost astounding to me what you put together with the handyman ordering system. I mean, literally, like every single type of work somebody might need, whether that's a water heater, a smoke alarm. Do you do some small trim and painting jobs. I mean,
All of it.
Anything that people need.
We even have a section for just like a general hourly rate, because we have some elderly people that just maybe they don't need a project, but they need help. They need their fence repaired. They need a tree cut down or limbs removed that are brushing on their roof. We do it all.
And all be done through that app. Like you see, there it is.
Right there online.
Schedule that with the service handyman scheduling right there. A lot of incredible innovation that you put together here for a lot of people. But tell me, give me the overall summary. I mean, this is obviously something you've spent a life dedicated to this. You've decided to team up with your son. What's next? I mean, where's this going for you? Tell me where's this going next.
Well, so we do have some realistic plans for our growth strategy. We're definitely going to be growing our exteriors division. We did dozens and dozens of roofs in Jefferson County and other places after the F2 tornado came through last March. We are definitely going to be expanding our handyman service. Our goal there is to become a multi-city, multi-regional, probably a franchise opportunity. So reach out to me if that's something you'd like to talk about. And after that, who knows? Who knows?
Well, somebody with as creative as a mind that you have and your dedication to making things happen, I'd be excited to follow you. We're going to have you come in here for a follow-up and
Sure,
where you're at maybe 6 months, a year from now. Tell us a little bit more. Maybe get to meet your son too. But that handyman service and all of the history that you've got, a lot of great work. You have a particular organization you like to support that you
we do. So we're located in northern Jefferson County, a little town called Imperial, and we have an organization there called Mary's House of Hope. And it's something that I and other people that I've worked with for many, many years have contributed volunteer time for. We've contributed certainly financial resources. But what Mary's House of Hope is it is a home or homes. Nobody knows where these homes are, and that is by design. And this is for women and children who are in a tough spot in their life, especially if it's involved with domestic abuse of any type. And this is a safe environment for them to go and catch their breath, receive some care and attention. And it's a wonderful organization, and we're proud to be a part of it whenever we can, which has been many, many times through the years.
Well, there's lots of great organizations in the St. Louis area that do great work, and I've actually heard of Mary's House of Hope, I believe, and then Women's Shelter, the people, ladies need a place to get to because they're in a difficult, tough situation at home and somewhere they can get some help. So we appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for spending another hour with us. Appreciate
you bet, buddy.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned, everybody.
Thank you.
You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Get up.